Hey everyone, I'm really excited to be here to talk about how we operate on a daily basis and how we get through our day each day based on gratitude. Sounds a little, what is it? What is gratitude? What does it mean to you? What does it mean to be grateful? And everybody has a different idea of that. Some of you may have been practicing gratitude forever, and some of you may think, yeah, I'm grateful. I'm good. It's all good. So we'll get a little more into that. I'm going to tell you a little bit about me and how gratitude came into my life on a more larger, bigger, better way. So all my life, I've been a creator, entrepreneur, a builder. I was making jewelry and selling it like at 15 for Christmas cash. And as I got older, I took an easy route of work by tendon bar, and it was a lot of fun. And I made some seriously good money and had fun, but it wasn't a true calling. I was actually becoming embittered with life and very, very cynical. I wasn't happy. I was tired, and society, So I found massage, and I went to massage school, and it started to change the way I looked at humanity and the sacredness of the body and the heart and the soul. And I really came to understand what intention meant. We were taught to massage with intention, and I thought that meant, I'm going to work out this muscle intently, and that wasn't it at all. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Well into my practice, I started a massage practice in Rome, New York in 2005. And it's grown exponentially ever since. We're almost 17 years old now. And I'm really, really proud of that. I have a team of 7 massage therapists, and we're still growing. So along the way, I discovered a gratitude practice online on good old Facebook. And a friend of mine had posted, I'm starting my gratitude practice. And it was on November 1st, 2015. And I thought, I'm going to do that. Yeah, that's nice. I'm going to do that. So every day I posted, and what do you start with? What's your typical gratitude in your heart? I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my friends, my home, all those things. So I posted a post, and I got kind of all wiggly inside, like, oh my God, what are people going to say? Like, am I authentic? Am I real? Is it a real thing? Or am I just, playing the gratitude game of November? And those are real thoughts and fears. And I felt, my friends may just judge me, and I don't know. I felt a little weird, but I said, I'm going to do it. So I'm going to do it. So I went through the month posting every day, and some were funny, some were serious. And as I got to the end of the month, November 30th, I thought, this is it. Like, I'm grateful for the month of November. That's it. Well, that's BS. That's not really. I'm going to do this for a whole year. And I continued on every day posting my gratitude post. And as the year went along, I started discovering how light and easy I started to feel. And I felt really grounded and just in love with my life, because my heart was full with gratitude for everything that was in my life and that what was coming into my life. See, that's a key. Having gratitude for what's coming into your life is the key to the law of attraction. And we'll talk a little bit about the universal laws as well. So from that gratitude practice, I then moved into coaching certification, because now I knew there was so much more out in the world, and I had to get all the answers. I had to know it all. So into coaching practice I went, and that was, I thought I was just going to go into a certification and come out a life coach. And who knew you had to go down a rabbit hole of your own bag of stuff, right? I don't know if you can swear here. I'll just try not to. So good luck. So sure enough, I'm coming through. I feel in the grace. It's all embodied, and I'm feeling good about things. And it brought me to authoring a book. And I brought the book with me because I'm going to share it with you later, called Ordinary's Inspiration. And it is based on my Facebook posts of inspiration and gratitude and grace, and how to bring them into your life every day. Little steps admiring, acknowledging, recognizing the ordinary, the mundane that make things in our life extraordinary. And they're everywhere around us all the time. They're in here, and they become even bigger in here when you start acknowledging them. So that brings me around to the idea of what we're talking about. What are you working on? What's in your way? How can I help? So a lot of times we will get to something we're working on and we come to a roadblock, a stop sign, a roadblock. And my question is, what are you resisting? Why is there confusion? What's stopping you? Typically, it's a resistance of some sort. Consider in that moment, what is in your way? Can you see it or can you not see it? Is it a blind spot? How can I help? How can someone else help? What's the question? How do we come down and tune into that? And it all comes back to a point of being clear and focused on what is it you want? What is the end result you seek? Cause and effect. The law of cause and effect. You cannot deny universal laws. And I find it fascinating when you employ them and really understand what's happening, you'll find your way maybe a little quicker, maybe not. But again, you got to ask the question. So we're back to what's in your way, right? What are you working on? What's in your way and how can I help? What's the best use of you in that moment? Sometimes it takes a moment to step back and just sit down, put your phone timer on for 5 minutes and clear your mind. And in the 5 minutes, you just breathe and let go of the outcome. We tend to want to overthink everything we're doing. But when we pause and take that time, the answer will come through. What's the next best step? The priority comes through. Has anybody ever worked like that? Taken 5 minutes? I think we all do it all the time. Maybe we don't call it anything special, right? Sometimes we're on a time limit and it makes taking that 5 minutes seem impossible. But it's there for us. And it's an easy way to stop and say, I'm grateful for the moment that I can step back and find my way again. When was the last time you employed gratitude intentionally? A real incident, a real something. Anybody? Okay, thank you. What's your name? Hi, Dan. Mhm. And then how do you feel? Where do you feel it in your body? Beautiful. Thank you for your share. Anybody else? All right. So it's easy to think that gratitude is super, super simple, and it really, really is. It really is. The profoundness comes from what we make it, what we give it, and how much we employ it every day. And I feel like it comes to a point in when it's embodied, you don't necessarily have to write it down every day or make a perfect grateful for this, I'm grateful for that. You just feel it. And when you're feeling it within your body, that's where you have an alignment, balance, if you will, with everything around you, everything in the world. Gratitude is the direct line to the infinite source of abundance. Gratitude is the key to the law of attraction. Gratitude is the key to it all. And there's different ways we find grace in our lives. It could be through your faith, maybe church, maybe just privately practicing love. It's all in there. Gratitude grounds us in the moment. When we feel grateful for what we're doing and where we are, we're right here, we're present. I found my work grow even better and more divine by practicing gratitude. So we're going to take a little exercise moment, and I'm going to ask you to write down 5 things that you have to do, or mentally do a check. I have to go to work. 5 things. I'll just give you a minute or two. It will only take you a minute to write 5 things. I have to shovel snow. I have to clean up that dog poop. Mhm. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Any questions, anything? I love that. I forgot we had our Zoom friends here. Hello, everybody out there. Wow. That's so exciting. I feel so global. Oh my goodness. So it looks like everybody's doing pretty good with their 5 I have tos. Gina, would you read one of yours? Reagan? In the back? Hello. Hi, Jennifer. Would you share one? Oh, jeepers. And? Okay. And Dan? Say that again. Okay. Hello. Mm-hmm. Mm, that's a lot of poop. Bill? Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. So you took the I have to and you made it positive, and that's beautiful, Bill. Many times our I have to feels a little heavy. Sometimes, well, I have to do this kind of feels like, oh, I have to do this. I have to. So we're going to take our same 5 and we're going to rewrite the same 5, but we're going to change the verbiage to I get to. So take your same 5 and rewrite them and see if you noticed a shift in how you feel in your body. I get to. You guys too out there in Zoom land. Excuse me. So thoughts and words have a lot of power. And we use our words and thoughts freely every day because we're brought up with language and speech, and it's our form of communication. And we don't always take into consideration how powerful our words are, how powerful our thoughts are. You make a mistake and you think, well, that was stupid. You screw something up and you berate yourself mentally. I think we are our own worst critic internally. So this exercise is to show us how to shift and reframe a feeling, a mindset pretty quickly. We started with, I have to shovel the snow. And then when you shift to, I get to shovel the snow, it feels different in your body. It feels lighter. I get to do this. Because there are people that do. And there are people living in Hawaii right now that are so missing this snow. Probably not. The next step is we're going to take the same 5 and we're going to change our word get to blessed. I am blessed to do the thing. So go ahead and write it out and just see what the shift feels like. Really, really consider it. I am blessed to shovel snow. So if you see someone shoveling snow, smiling and singing, you know that they're saying this in their mind.
I always smile and sing when I shovel snow.
Yeah. That's excellent. Mr. Cacciatori. My husband, Mr. Cacciatori, does not love the snow blowing or any of that. So I always tease him and say, oh, you're singing your favorite song, snow blowing and swearing. And he, of course, nods his head. But that's where we live. We have snow here. I wonder if they have snow in the Ukraine today. Or is it summer over there? What side of the planet are we on? No, it's just in Europe. So this exercise again, did you feel the difference in your body as we wrote these 5 out? Typically we do 10, and sometimes people actually have a hard time with 10, but 5 I thought would be doable today. Feel the difference? Feels lighter. It feels like a gift to do what you're doing, even if the thing is mundane, even if the thing is not so pleasant. With grace and gratitude for all the things in our life, they become easier, they become lighter, and our life seems to flow a little more effortlessly. Who doesn't want to feel that way all the time, right? We've only got X amount of time here. And Bill, you're on a good run, man, right? We all want to go past 82, but we want to go past that age feeling alive, feeling full of purpose, and raring to go. Well, gratitude is a big key to that. Yes, you may. Four quarters, for sure. Okay. Overtime. And that's the time when we show the advice.
want to be in the middle of the conversation and have anybody think that
Thank you, Bill. Yes, I won the chamber grant that helped me pay for the sign that's in front of my massage practice on Washington Street. Thank you, Bill. Such a pleasure to see you again. That's good. That's good. I still look 40 though. You look fantastic, Bill. You do. Thank you. Thank you. So where we are right now, does anybody have any questions, comments, or anything to share about what we've talked about so far? Quiet out in Zoom land. Oh, okay. 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 Mhm. So based on gratitude, understanding that gratitude can bring us anything and everything we want by being in a state of gratefulness about what we have now, but what we want to come into our life. So I teach manifestation, manifesting how we bring things into our lives. And it's through universal laws that we can understand, maybe understand better. I keep walking around like this is my desk. Stand here. The question I want to ask you is, what is it you want? We were just talking to Bill about the time frame of life and how long we're here, and we don't know. There's no guarantees. Here today, gone tomorrow. I could be here for 20 more years. I could be here for 20 more days, 20 more minutes. So if there's things you desire in your life, why aren't you going for them? Why aren't you asking for them? Why aren't you demanding them be in your life? Every day we're living our daily life. Is it on a default setting, or are you truly seeking what you desire? And do you really know what it is you desire? Because if I asked you straight out, what is it you really want? What comes to mind? More time, more money, more autonomy, more freedom, more travel. There's probably quite a few things that, but it's always personal to the individual. The next question would be, what is it you desire? Why? Why is this important to you? That will help you determine if what you desire is truly a true desire. What do you want? What do you want out of this life? And are you going to seek it? Many times our true desires are secret desires, and we don't share them because we're afraid of criticism, we're afraid of judgment, we're afraid of what others may think, say, or question. Other people's shoulds, what you should be doing. And we grew up with a lot of shoulds around our life. I mean, our parents gave us all the shoulds. You should do this, you should do that. And we kind of hold on to those. So as an adult, we fall into a pattern of doing the things we should do. You should get a job, you should buy a house, you should have a family, all the shoulds. And I ask you, where you are right now in your life, are you in love with your life right here and now? Something to think about. You don't have to answer me right here and now, but I want you to really consider what it is you're in love with in your life. Being alive is a good start, right? We all love being alive, but then what else? What else is there? If you're not in love with this moment of your life, gratitude plays a part in bringing you back to that love, because you get to be grateful for many, many things as what I would consider privileged people. And that's not a mandatory, like, oh, I have to be grateful because I have this, this, or that. You don't have to be grateful. It's in a feeling, it's an embodiment, it's a shift in your mindset and your attitude that again connects you to infinite source of love and abundance, as well as grounds you in the moment you're in. So what do we want? Why do we want it? And will it come to us? Totally up to you. Totally up to you. The law of polarity says a thing here is one and the same of its opposite here. So we can't have a left without a right. They're one and the same, they're just on opposite sides. Does that make sense? One and the same, one line, left, right, up, down, nothing, everything, poor, rich. Everyone has the same amount of money in the world. How about that? What? What's she talking about? I got like 40 cents in my pocket. That guy's got 40 million. It's a little bit of a mind twist, but it's one and the same. It's out there, all the money in the world. You can have as much of it as you want. You can go earn as much of it as you want and have as much. If you have none, you're on the negative side of the law. And if you have all of it, you're on the positive side. It's one and the same. So the law of polarity says it's here right now. If you can see it, it's here. It's already been created. It's been envisioned. It's just a matter of manifestation, of bringing it to your life. And we do that with the law of attraction, our desire, our mindset says, I want this, I demand this. I'm not going to pray for it. I'm not going to beg for it. I'm not going to ask. I want this in my life. I demand I have this in my life. And this is what I'm going to bring to me. And we let go of the how. The how is grace and gratitude and our connection to source, because we're already grateful for the thing that we want to come into our life. And there it is. Sounds pretty simple, and it almost sounds like, what planet is she on? Right? Right, because really? I did bring a little cheat sheet of the universal laws for everyone to take home, and anybody in Zoom land, we can add a copy of it to. And these are, let's talk about the universal laws. There's some 7 basic universal laws: the law of attraction, the law of abundance, the law of polarity, the law of cause and effect, one of my favorites, because you cannot have an effect without a cause. I dare you to try. Be fun. The law of relativity, that's a cool one too, because it just says everything just is. And if we take away our judgment of good or bad, the law of relativity says it just is. We're observers. That's a great law to help yourself take yourself out of pieces of judgment, judging yourself, judging others. And the more you look at, do you guys know about the universal laws? Have you heard of them? The law of gravity. No denying that one. I love that one too, because people think this universal laws are a spiritual basis, but they just can't be denied. Once you really start looking at them, they just cannot be denied. And gravity is the first one that proves that. The law of cause and effect as well. Every action has a reaction. Which brings us back to, what are we practicing every day? What are you working on? What's in your way? And how can I help? The law of cause and effect. What's the cause that created the result or the effect? And did it work or did not work? Failure is a great way to success, because you discover that, nope, this did not work. What's the next step? Where do we go from here? Every day, these play in our lives, and we can bring it back to grace and gratitude, finding our spot, grounding in, and asking ourselves, what's the best use of me? How do I get past what's in my way? How do I get what I want? We think of what we want, we visualize, we envision, we set goalposts, goal markers. I'm going to guess that everyone here has practiced visioning in some way. Like, how did you get here, right? To Innovare? Is that how I say it? Innovare. Push into the new. That's fantastic. And I love what the company represents, you know, thinking outside the box, cutting edge technology, just amazing concepts. I mean, I started a business so long ago. No, did we have computers? I think we did have a computer. I know we didn't have these iPhones. I had a flip phone. Honest to God, I don't mean to date myself. However, a business starts with an idea, a dream, a desire to create a product, a service, a result that serves in a way that serves others, right? We all share something that serves others. Humanity, community, productivity, all the things. And it starts with an idea. It starts in the mind as an idea with nothing. That's the law of transmutation. An idea turned into solid matter. An idea pulled from the ether of the universe turned into solid matter. Pretty freaking amazing when you break it down. So our ideas can't be seen all the time. They're thoughts and like a radio wave, a frequency. And we all know that there's radio waves and frequencies out there, but just because we can't see them doesn't mean they're there. We have to tune into them. And when you tune into the proper station, you hear the music, whatever style you like. Can't see them. It's like magic. I think, who was the first radio guy? I want to say Tesla, but somebody was like ostracized and almost witch lynched for this voodoo because it couldn't be seen, but yet here it was, light bulbs. So from nothing to something, that's the law of transmutation. And that's what we're doing here. You're innovating all the time, every day, you're building, you're creating for others. But I want you to consider for yourself, for your heart, for your life, while you're here, what is it you want? What is it you truly want? Truly. Does anybody want to share anything? Truly want. Truly, truly want. One of my favorite books is The Four Agreements. Do we have a want? Oh, come on.
There's two things that I really want.
Okay.
I strive every day to get. One is just less stress in my life. And that's a tough one because you can't visualize really what that would look like. Thing that can really give that to you. It's a mindset and it's how to get there. And the other thing is I want to travel more because I have family and friends overseas. See them for years because there are costs involved with that. There's time involved with that. So there's so many things in my way to get there. And it's not doable. It's a case of prioritizing those things. And it's just those two things are definitely there. Top of my list. Think about these things.
So let's go back to the first one, less stress. And I believe you said I can't even visualize that. And I'm thinking, well, if you had to guess, what would it look like?
I think for me, it's difficult because you think about work. Imagine how much. But then if I didn't come to work here, then I'd have less money and that would make me stressed. So, right. So you're talking about cause and effect as well.
Yes.
It fits right in. There.
Yes,
So
exactly.
That's not the solution to it. So what does it look like? It looks looks like me being able to maybe manage myself more and my feelings more, which is really hard.
I
to
am
do.
blessed to come to work, and I am blessed to envision what less stress could look like in my life. And also, as I'm coming around the bend of all this stuff, our one true superpower is the power of choice. So it's not easily walked through, but it's where we need to go. I choose everything you've chosen in your life brought you to here to this day right now. You can choose what changes in your life so that you can see the effect of less stress. And you don't have to quit your job. You don't have to you don't really have to change much except your mindset. So coming back to the power of gratitude, when you put yourself in that place of true gratitude from the heart and sit with it, stress can melt. Stress can melt away. And the law of relativity says it just is. So if we don't judge good or bad, because we're like, stress is bad. Sometimes stress is a motivator
It is.
that pushes us forward in something that just needs to be done. It's neither good nor bad. I'm observing it.
And that's also a constant. Not that it's not good, but it is an effort that you have to put in as a constant reminder.
What if it's an awareness?
Right. What I'm doing is worth it. And it's worth it.
Mhm,
And, I don't dread coming to work in the morning. I love
mhm.
I love what I do here. I love all those, the people that I work with and
What does stress feel like in your body?
tension. I feel like I'm
Mhm.
behind. I feel like I can't get caught up. I feel like I've got so many things to do. And what helps me is prioritizing, organizing. But sometimes it doesn't help. And sometimes you just got to go home and say, you know what, at the end of the day, tomorrow's
Truth.
another day. And that's a choice. But it's a level of effort that you have to get to that choice. And sometimes you feel like you're saying that over and over again. But in order for mental clarity and just
Yeah.
health, mental health, you have to say, it is what it is. And I can't eliminate the stress because all of these things come along with what I do.
Mhm.
I just have to choose how I react to that stress. And
Respond.
Yes.
Instead of the reaction, we can respond. And we can also push that pause button that says, I'm taking 5 minutes right here and right now, because what am I working on? What's in my way? And how can I help? I can help by taking 5 minutes right here and now, even though the list is massive and it is the feeling of overwhelm. It makes your heart pound and you start sweating, and then you're confused. And confusion is resistance. I'm resisting this because it feels like too much. So in that pause button, I've even suggested, and I do it myself, like going into the restroom and shutting the door just for 5 minutes. At work, I've done it. At home, I've done it. I've hid from my children in the bathroom. I'm in the bathroom. Because you can get 5 minutes of peace in there, or at least 3. And sometimes it's all you need just to recalibrate, because when we're on the spinning wheel, that's what stress is. And we need the stress cycle to go through its whole cycle. A lot of times it ends midway and we're left feeling like, so the 5 minutes. And as you practice 5 minutes and even find a few minutes anywhere in your day, maybe it's getting up a few minutes earlier for that time by yourself with your coffee to consider a contemplation or just a quiet, we can call it meditation. I like to call it just a quiet sit, where you sit with your feet flat on the floor. Let's practice that, because this will serve you forever. So you're in a comfortable chair and your feet are on the floor. Your feet on the floor help you feel grounded. They keep you grounded. And you're going to inhale and exhale 3 times with an audible sigh like this. Ah. 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 I needed the extra one. So as you, and I like to set my timer for, I start with 5 minutes, like I had said, on my phone, dink, and then I do my breathing. And then I'm just sitting there, and what happens? You itch. Oh, you can hear all the sounds. Your brain's going, geez, I got so much to do. I start to feel a little settled. My heart's still pounding. I start to feel a little settled. Truck drives by. The neighbor's dog is barking. The ice cubes just dropped in my freezer. Now I start to envision, my favorite thing to envision are ocean waves. Ocean waves. Oh, I can see the rhythm of the ocean waves. And to bring it even closer, my feet are in the surf. I can feel the water. I can hear the waves. And I'm just breathing as I watch the waves come in and out. Watching them in and out. A little twitch. My nervous system is now settling down. I can breathe deep and just let it go. What? Back to the waves. Back to the waves. Breathe. Back to the waves. Sometimes swaying wheat or leave something, whatever that is rhythmic, you can envision just to hold your focus as you breathe. As you breathe. And I'm just to the point at the ocean where I can almost smell the sea salt. Ding, my timer goes off. And I'm like, damn, that was good. Whew, I'm a new woman. I don't feel overwhelmed anymore, but I know exactly what the next thing is I need to do. It just surfaced up and it's like, oh, I just take care of this one thing and then I can go back to my list, feeling a little more in control of myself and back in my body. We're always in our head, thinking our way through, thinking it, overthinking it, and just settling down, coming back into our body. Feel your heartbeat, feel it slow down and settle in there. And what the most important thing is next is going to surface. I call it the quiet sit. And you can employ that many places and times. Not so much in the grocery line. I practice deep breathing in the grocery line. But at home, at work, even if it's 2 minutes, it'll help you settle and it'll help you find the place you need to be at. Stress is real. We embody stress. Trust me, stress keeps me employed. Yeah. Everybody feels it right here. I always see Beetlejuice with his head sucked right down into his shoulders like this. And we get stuck in the stress cycle. That's another place where we feel stuck because we don't allow the cycle to complete itself. We're in that, the fight or flight in the beginning of it. And we kind of get stuck there. If we let the whole thing process out, like, did you ever see a deer get hit? Like it gets knocked down and it's in shock for a minute and then poof, it jumps up and runs. Like you're like, oh my God, it's dead. Nope, poof, it jumps up and runs. A lot of that's in nature. You'll see that happen. We end up in therapy because we're overthinking the dang thing. Like, oh my God, I need help now. Just breathe through, breathe. It's free. Breathe, right? Come back to the place of gratitude and grace in your heart. I get to do this. I'm blessed to do this. Ground yourself, knowing that gratitude is the line to the source of infinite love and abundance. It's the key. The more you practice it, the more you'll discover it. How are we on time? Where are we? Excellent. So a few of the books that I love, I brought 2. The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. Who's read it? What? The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. A Toltec wisdom book. And the Toltec were a people well before the Aztecs that practiced enlightenment, so to speak, through arts and ritual. And Don Miguel has brought it all together into a succinct 4. And these 4 agreements are fantastic. They help me every day practice gratitude and practice a way of living that keeps me feeling less stressed, less resentful, less angry, and in peace. The first agreement, be impeccable with your word. So what does that mean? Be impeccable with your word. I'm going to bet that if you tell someone you're going to do something, you're going to do it and you show up. But when you tell yourself you're going to do something, you can easily get yourself out of it. I knew I said I was going to do that thing, but I'll do it later. And then you never do it. Oh, I wasn't going to eat sugar today, but damn, look at them donuts. I'm eating too. You just lied to yourself. You broke trust with yourself. And we do it every day. You are the most important person. You're the VIP of your life. We want to be here for a long time. We want to live a great story. Be impeccable with your word. It says in here, this is also the most difficult one to honor. It is so important that with just this first agreement, you'll be able to transcend to the level of existence I call heaven on earth. The first agreement is to be impeccable with your word. It sounds very simple, but it is very, very powerful. Why your word? Your word is the power that you have to create. Your word is the gift that comes directly from God, source, universe, whatever you want to use there, spirit. In the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word is God. Through the word, source, universe, doesn't have to be God. Through the word, you express your creative power, and it is through the word that you manifest everything. Because we use words for all the things in our life. Thoughts are things. Thoughts have power. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Who's Italian in here? Don't take anything personally. I'm teasing. And the next, whatever happens around you, don't take it personally. If you take it personally, then perhaps you believe you are wrong. Maybe you think to yourself, how does he know I'm wrong? You take it personally because you agree with whatever was said. As soon as you agree, the poison goes through you and you are trapped in the dream of hell. What causes you to be trapped is what we call personal importance. Personal importance, or taking things personally, is the maximum expression of selfishness because we make the assumption that everything is about me. The third agreement, don't make assumptions. I'm just going to read the fourth. Always do your best. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions, and always do your best. So back to our 3. What are you working on? What's in your way? How can I help? How often do we assume we know what someone else is doing? How often do we take it personally when someone falls short or doesn't ask a question or just assumes they know what they're doing as well? Don't assume. Ask questions. Ask questions of each other. Don't take it personally. I've been practicing this one, and it's so freeing because you let go of other people's crap. You spend so much energy carrying around what other people throw at you. That's their problem. Just keep going. And what people think of you, none of your business. Absolutely none of your business. Consider that. My other favorite book, I got a library full. Working with the Law by Raymond Hollywell. And this helps us understand Working with the Law, 11 Truth Principles for Successful Living. And it helps us understand the science of universal laws. And the science is this. All the world is made up of energy, all energy. Without physics, atoms brought together in different states of vibration, we would be, jellyfish floating around the universe right now. It's all the atoms and all the energies that make us be skin, clothing, table, rug, book, from, ether to what we can touch. And the laws help us navigate how we can work with them and how they can help us move forward. So, great book. On the back, it says science has defined a variety of natural laws that explain the physical world and how it changes. One such law states that for every action, there is a reaction, and that for every motion, there is a corresponding counter motion. Whether it's visible to the human eye or not, one thing is certain: movement and change will occur as a result. Having studied these principles, author Raymond Hollywell not only understood the universal physical applications, he also understood the spiritual and mental applications as well. So while we're here on this earth, making the best of our workday and our lives through gratitude and love and finding our way, these laws can help you understand a bit more and how to manifest all the things you want in your life, because we get this one go around, right? One go around. So while we're here, let's live a great story. I brought some fun little buttons for all of you that are here, and it's called Live a Great Story. And I'm going to share one with all of you. I meant to wear mine, but I'm just going to tell you, there was some chaos at my house today. A good friend of mine, Brian Cornish, passed away last year. And he was a lover of life, a photographer, went to many music shows, photographed bands and musicians, always had a kind word, always had something to share, was always inspiring. He lost his brother to cancer 2 years prior to Brian's own diagnosis of cancer. And he suffered along slowly for probably 2 more years. And he started passing out these buttons, Live a Great Story. And I thought, what a beautiful way to send such a simple message to remind us that while we're here, we're blessed to do what we do. We're blessed to be here. We're blessed to be with the people that love us and the people we love. We have so much to give in so many ways. So I wanted everybody to have a button, and it's my mission to share as many of these for the rest of my life as I can. Does anybody have any questions? Any ideas, any thoughts, anything you want to share?
April, coming in from some of our Zoom individuals, is it possible for you to leave some buttons behind here at Innovare so that if individuals come in that they can
Yes.
get them? So Dory, we will leave a few buttons at the front for you as well.
Yes.
I do have a question. Is we are talking about gratitude and accepting change and taking the accountability. Is it better to do a mental accountability, or is it best to have this written down so that you are actually visualizing it for yourself and coming to some sort of admittance that you want to have a goal set and that this is achievable?
That's a great question, Melissa. I love the written word. I love journaling. And if we had more time, you'd all have your pens to the paper right now, because it solidifies the thought process. Writing it down, you would be amazed at what thoughts come through when you put pen to paper with even a basic, simple question. If I asked you right now to describe what you're most grateful for, pretty simple question. And I said, pen to paper, 3 minutes, don't lift your pen for 3 minutes. And whatever comes through, you just write. And it could be gibberish at first, and then your mind starts formulating, and it just travels further and further, and exponentially you'll go, oh, I didn't even know that was in there. Because we're constantly judging our own thoughts. We're critiquing all the while. Is this what I really want to say? Is this really what I'm grateful for? Is this what I should be grateful for? People are afraid of their own real wants and desires based on judgment and shoulds of others. And we judge ourselves. Up until the age of 7, we cannot deflect anything from our subconscious, right? we're taught in whatever our parents, school, clergy, culture says is a way to be. And it doesn't make it right or wrong. It's just what we were taught, but it may not be what's in your heart, right? We may have been criticized, we may have been shamed, and those are core wounds that will hold us back later in life. You don't even realize because it's in your subconscious blind spot. Our subconscious is just here to keep us alive. That's all it does. But it's insidious. It'll self-sabotage and it'll stop us from doing things or turn the tables on us as to reasons why we should or shouldn't do things. So yeah, when we're writing out, it's way more powerful. And I know people really resist the write. I don't want to write in a journal. I hate writing in my journal. And honest to God, you can write it out and then shred it like that day. That's a good way to release it. Comes out of your body. Thoughts are powerful. You send them through the ink and pen onto the paper, put it through the shredder. You're done. I practice with an application, 750words.com. I'm not an affiliate, but it's something that's been amazing for me. I've been practicing since, I think, last June or July to write 750 words each day. It's private. No one can see what you've written. You can go back and open it up if you like, but there's no judgment. I mean, you can say all the things you need to say there. No one's going to see it. And I found it to be very, very freeing. There's a challenge that says, will you sign up for the 30-day challenge? And I did that to force myself to do it, because if you miss a day, your name's put on the wall of shame. And the wall of shame is no place. I don't even condone shaming. However, it was the impetus to keep me writing every day. Currently, I'm done with the challenge. I write just to write. And it's truly a brain dump, a mind dump, a soul dump, a let go of all the things. Oh, I thought I had a pause. So whether you use an application like that or your basic journal, a basic notebook, whatever, paper and pen, you'll discover there's some really beautiful pens out there. The better they write, the better it is to write. And I love using colored pens, especially note-taking at workshops and such, because I can separate my ideas by color, or I just keep switching color on notes. So when I go back to look at it, it's easy for me to discern, and it's not just all one cursive blur. Yeah, writing it out is fantastic. And I do share writing workshops. What do I call it? The mixed media art journaling experience. Lots of fun to do. On the back of your universal cheat sheet is my name and website and email if you're interested in contacting me and how you can work with me further. I do private coaching one-to-one, as well as body-mind connections, which employs massage as well as coaching. We work to bring you back into your body, as well as the moving forward portion of the coaching, as well as group coaching, which I have a program coming up in February. It's called Manifest Your Dreams. We're just finishing a 28-day program. I started January 1st, and this is now going to move into like a four-month cohort of a group. It's a Zoom virtual, pretty easy to access. So also, if anyone is interested in learning more about my little book, So Fun with My Daily Gratitudes. Do I have a minute to tell a quick story about this?
Absolutely.
Okay. I've always wanted to publish a book or two, and I have a few titles in mind. One's about fireflies when I was young with my sister, and it'll be a children's book, but it'll have a deeper message. Okay, that one's always been there. As I got older, the other one's called You Had to Be There. And as a bartender for over 25 years and a Sagittarian full adventurer with a bit of a wild side, I've had some experiences that I could tell you and your eyes would glaze over like a deer caught in the headlight. And I would say, you had to be there. That one's, kind of put on hold. And I thought, what's the easiest one to write? Oh my gosh, my inspirations and gratitudes are already written on Facebook. All I have to do is collect my favorite ones and pop them into a book, and dang, I got a book. Well, it wasn't quite so easy. I had a great editor who helped me really tweak some things. So there's 52 different ones. I didn't do I didn't do, there's 4, yeah, there's 4 weeks out of each month. I didn't do it like a diary. I didn't want it to be a daily diary. The photographs in here are of the sunrises. Every day I would take a photograph of the sunrise of my backyard. And I was always astounded because as a bartender, I didn't see many of them, right? But when I started becoming a day person, I would wake up and go, my bedroom window is just right there looking east. And sometimes I would crack my eye and I would go, oh, I would jump out of bed and run with my cell phone, whatever the weather, and click. So then, Facebook, I posted my photo with my gratitude. When I ran out of gratitudes for the year, my coach said, what about inspiration? Okay, I could do that. So we put them all together in this fun little book. The key to living your best life can be found in these 4 words: gratitude, love, learn, and play. It can be so simple. So there's a lot of wisdom in here with action steps. March 30th. Listening is more than hearing. When in a conversation, if you are already forming your response before the speaker finishes speaking, then you are not truly listening. You won't even really remember what is being said. People want to be heard. I know you do. To be heard, one must listen. Practice a deeper level of focused listening. That means getting quiet and no interrupting with your first response or shared experience until the speaker has spoken. Watch the speaker earnestly, how they hold themselves and the timbre of their voice. You will discover that the speaker may have more to share than words. So there's little exercises like that. There's journal prompts along the way. And I was finishing a massage one evening with someone I'd seen for many years. And, we become close with people you see in that nature. And we got talking about the idea of publishing books. And I said, the easiest one is probably my Facebook posts. And I think, I don't even know what I'd call it, but I think that would be easy to do. So no lie, go home, go to bed. I get up the next day, I open my email, and the first email I read is from Lee Constantine of Publishizer. I don't even know what that is. And it says, Dear April, I hear you want to publish a book. What? Holy smokes, I said, that happened fast. Thank you, universe. That's how fast it can work. I said the idea, yep, I want to publish a book and this is probably the one. Overnight, I had an email from this person. I had to Google him to make sure it was real because I didn't believe it, right? We doubt our opportunities all the time. So I Googled it and I see what Publishizer is all about. And it's a company that they help you pre-sell your book so that the money that comes in helps you publish it, helps pay for the publishing. And I was just astounded that it happened overnight. And I went with that company and sure enough, from an idea to matter, I have a book. It's just really cool. And I'll sign a copy for you if you would like one. They are only $15. But today's special price is $10 because I love you guys. If there's no more questions, or if there is, a couple more minutes before we.
Hold on
Yep.
1 second.
So you said to sit for 5 minutes.
Mhm.
And if 5 minutes makes you extremely nervous and you don't feel that you're calming yourself down, should you start at 2 and go to 3 and go to
Yeah,
5?
absolutely.
Should you stay to 10?
So it's where you begin. If you start with 2 and you got through it, I would add 2 more on. Just 2 at a time. And you can talk yourself through it. I'm just breathing. I'm just settling down. Hey, body, what do you need today? Hey, Gina, can you let go for 2 minutes? Just sit for 2 minutes and breathe. And whatever brings your heart peaceful joy, you envision it. Bring it into your life. Bring it into your heart while you're sitting. For me, ocean waves work. That's not going to be for everybody. That might cause anxiety. Maybe it's a mountain stream. Maybe it's a glacier, whatever the thing. Maybe it's a loved one's face.
Do you think it's better in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening? Just
I
anytime throughout the
like
day?
I do like it in the morning because I have a quiet house before others get up. But even so, in the evening, and especially when you're feeling overly stressed or overwhelmed, if you're feeling agitated. I mean, like I said, I've even gone into the restroom, closed the door, and sat quietly, not necessarily, just using the seat that was there to take 2 minutes.
Well, thank you.
Overwhelm comes and it just hijacks us. And, then it's off and running, and our brains are off and running, and then it becomes a race to like, oh, where am I going? So yeah, in 2 minutes, I started with 2 minutes. I tried practicing, Oprah and Deepak Chopra have a meditation thing they have online, and it comes up every few times a year. There's many things like that you can find online. If a guided meditation is something that helps you settle, where you put in your earbuds and it may be music, it may be a soothing voice, so that you can focus on just being. It's very hard for us to just be. Productivity, move, list. Who needs this? Who needs that? Children, spouses, pets, jobs, careers, anxiousness, anxiety. Just consumes us. Getting back to feeling gratitude, pulling it in. Make your quiet sit a gratitude practice. I'm grateful for this minute to sit quietly and breathe. Best part. I really, really, really enjoyed this, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. You've bolstered my confidence, and Ted, I'm on the way.
April, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for zooming in with us and being part of the Innovare Elevation Series. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon.